Haribol to all my brothers and my sisters, and welcome back to Astral Motivation. Today, we're going to be talking about the super important transit of 2024 when Saturn goes retrograde. Whoa, this is a big one. And Saturn is going to be going retrograde from June 29th to November 15th. This is going to be a long transit, guys, and I am here to give you all the information and to prepare you completely so that you can become successful during this next upcoming 3-4 months of Saturn retrograde. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to Astral Motivation. My name is Vinodini Dasi. I am a Vedic astrologer and practitioner of the ancient Vedic arts, as well as a Dharma coach. So if you're into any of those things, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you never miss any of the nectar. Alrighty, my beautiful brothers and sisters, let's see what this upcoming Saturn retrograde has in store for all of us.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda.
Alrighty, everybody, and as always, remember that everything that I teach here, or if you ever would like to have a personal reading with me or be coached, then definitely check out in the description here below and get your personal reading so that we can go a little bit deeper into everything that is panning out in your life. So, what is Saturn? First and foremost, let's talk about Saturn. Saturn is a very, very important planet in our solar system and also in our natal chart, our charts of astrology. Why? Because Saturn is the planet that holds the biggest amounts of your spiritual karma. So for as long as your spirit has been here in this material realm and reincarnating in this material realm, Saturn has been in charge of taking accounts to all your karmas. Everything that all the actions that you have done in this life and in other past lives, and it's the one that is also trying to help you to clear out and clean this karma. However, when karma gets so dense after being so many lifetimes being reborn, Saturn can be holding a part of our charts that actually brings us a lot of anxiety. Saturn in reality is a planet that a lot of people fear because Saturn knows that in order for you to clean out the karmas, you have to get very serious about this. It's not a game, and you need to really put your big boy pants on and your big girl pants on and get to work. And Saturn is the one that's putting that pressure on us. If you ever talk about like the rat race, like why are we in this rat? It's Saturn. Saturn is the one that puts the pressure in this material realm, puts the problems, the obstacles, the challenges, the conflicts, the resistance in our lives. And you may say, oh my gosh, but why? Why can't it be all happy go lucky? Like, well, it can when you get to the spiritual realm, then you can live in bliss for the rest of your eternity. But here in this material realm, we got duties and we got things to clear out. That's why the spiritual path is so important, so that you can finally get out of the situation. However, while we're here, let's learn more about what Saturn wants to give us. Because if you actually make Saturn your friend, then you're going to realize that it's actually benefiting you. Saturn wants to give you that giant prize, that mansion, that especially if it's something material that you're desiring. If you're desiring a beautiful wife, a beautiful husband, if you're desiring a car and a mansion, lots of money, being rich, being successful, being well known, having fame, Saturn is your planet. Saturn is your planet. If you make friends with Saturn, Saturn will be like, okay, you are willing to do the discipline, you are willing to work hard, you are willing to not give up and to face your fears and push on and keep going and mature and let go of these immaturities and grow and outgrow yourself. Even though it's the scariest thing to you, it's the most annoying thing for you, it's what you want to run away from, is what you wish that it didn't exist, is what you wish that you didn't have to deal with, but you are willing to really go and do it, then Saturn is really going to reward you. So Saturn can become our best friend if we actually work with him. And if you're into manifestation, making your reality come true, working with manifesting the abundance and the prosperity that you want, Saturn is the one that's going to give you the manifestations that actually last way longer than the easy come, easy go. So Saturn can really become an incredible friend for us. And when Saturn, now let's talk about when Saturn goes retrograde, because when Saturn goes retrograde, it becomes even more powerful. And if you have your Saturn retrograde in your chart, in your natal chart, and by the way, if you don't know your natal chart, you're going to need your natal chart for this really deep analysis that we're going to be doing on Saturn retrograde. So I suggest that you go get your chart in the description here below, because you're going to need to know where does your Saturn lie and where is that the Saturn is giving you these karmas. And also you're going to need your ascendant and your moon sign. So when Saturn goes retrograde, and if your Saturn is retrograde, and if your Saturn is retrograde in your chart, then this means that when Saturn goes retrograde, it becomes a very, very important time of advancements in clearing out karma for you specifically. Now, overall, we are going to feel the collective energy of Saturn giving us a lot of tension and a lot of pressure, and to start putting a lot of heavy energy to make us into diamonds. Okay, that is the pressure of Saturn. That's actually the best analogy, is that diamonds are made under pressure, and that's exactly what Saturn's motto is for your evolutionary state. And when it goes retrograde, this is when it becomes even more powerful and even more strong and even more karmic. When Saturn goes retrograde, this is when we really are starting to clean the karma. So what does that mean? In the past amounts of months that Saturn has been moving forward, we have been collecting some karma. We've taken maybe some right decisions, some wrong decisions. We've decided to start the project. We decided to get serious about something. We decided to maybe become responsible with a situation, or maybe we've been running away from it. Maybe we're turning the cheek about it. Maybe we don't want to do it like that. We're trying to find an easier way and to kind of skip that step and go in the easy route of life. Then we're going to see different types of karmas happening here. I'm going to give you an overall sort of general energy for the horoscopes. But if you would like to go into more detail, then I highly suggest that you get a personal reading with me so that we can actually understand what this is all about for your karmic soul guide, karmic soul journey that you're kind of going through. So with Saturn, when it goes retrograde, it becomes more powerful, it becomes more strong. The people who have Saturn retrograde in their chart actually have a chance to clear out even more karma in their life. And Saturn starts behaving in a different way. Oh, and also the karmas that you've collected are going to be showing up during the Saturn retrograde. So if you've been turning the cheek, you're going to get the repercussions of that in the nice little slap in your hand. And if you have actually been doing the work, being very responsible, taking on the things that you don't want to take on, and, you know, facing your fears and your resistance, then you're going to see some really good rewards during Saturn retrograde. So this is when the karma gets delivered. This is when the result of your endeavor gets delivered. Now, the endeavor is not just doing it. Saturn also is looking at your heart. How is your intention? Where are you coming from? Are you coming from envy, manipulation, greed, fear? Or are you coming from a place of love, compassion, sincerity? Sincerity is the most important thing for Saturn. Saturn wants to know that you are sincere. It's not just pretending or saying, but that you actually are sincerely doing this hard work and facing what it is that you don't like and taking it on with a sincere heart of like, I'm going to do this because this is what I have to do, and I'm going to face it, and I'm not going to complain about it, and we're going to get through this. When you act like that, Saturn really is going to make you very, very successful and happy. So now, when Saturn goes retrograde, we are also going to see that this transformation is going to be happening more in an internal way. We're no longer going to see so much of the pressures outside, but we're going to start seeing kind of like the inner pressures that we have within. The things that are within us that is not working for us anymore. If it's self-judgment, criticism, if it's confusion, illusion. We're going to go into the karmic sort of patterns that you are having within yourself. And so Saturn is going to deliver a lot of things during this time. It also delivers them collectively. So as a collective, we're also going to get to see maybe the world getting a little bit more cray cray. That's the nature of Kali Yuga, baby. Nature of Kali Yuga, the era that we're in right now. It's the era of hypocrisy. It's the era of quarrel. Even people who say that they love each other, they're fighting in their homes. Even people who, people are just motivated by their lust and by their greed. This is the era that we're living in right now. So I'm not expecting it to get anything so amazing and better. But I also trust that if these things need to be given and delivered, this karma needs to be delivered, then it needs to be delivered. If this is the call where it's like you have to become responsible for your actions and you have to start taking accountability globally, our leaders, our bankers, our social political spheres, even our own neighbors in all these ways, is going to start having a massive transformation and shift because the karma is going to be delivered. And we have to trust that everybody gets what they deserve. And that is exactly what Saturn is showing, because Saturn is the one that teaches you about your karmas. Sometimes when we look at a person that may be suffering through a lot of things, or that we may feel like, oh, but why is this happening to them? We don't know the karmas that they have collected, not just this life, but another life. We don't know the sins and the misdeeds. We need to trust that the higher power knows how to bring balance into every situation. And Saturn's job, him being one of the devotees of God and one that works for God and one that does the duty that God has given him, is to help us human beings be responsible for our karmas. And as we do this, we might just have a chance to get out of the situation through our spiritual path. So let's go a little bit deeper into each individual sign. I would like for you to check your sun sign. Your ascendant sign. Your lagna is going to be the most important to really feel the physical transits that are going to happen. And if you would like to see your moon transits of your moon sign, it's also welcome. That is going to be more of how you emotionally and your mind is going to be receiving the Saturn retrograde. Okay, so remember, Saturn retrograde is going to be happening from June 29th all the way until the 15th of November. Alrighty then, so let's get the chart here going on. And of course, we're going to get started with our beautiful Aries. And this works for anybody who has an Aries ascendant or Aries moon. And for you, Aries, Saturn is transiting in the sign of Aquarius in the 11th house. And the 11th house deals with your friends, associates, communities, and big gains and gatherings. Saturn actually loves being here because Saturn is trying to help you become more mature and to gain a more mature perspective with your friends, to maybe get more mature friends, to maybe be in more mature groups and associations, and also for you to become more mature in the way that you're going to be showing up in these groups and in these friendships and associations. So this has been the lessons that life has been giving you with the Saturn with the Saturn at this time, and it's been like a 2-year situation. When Saturn starts moving retrograde, it's actually going to activate the energy of the 10th house, because this is now where it's moving towards. So when it activates the energy of the 10th house, you're going to be thinking a lot about your work and your job and your purpose in life. Okay? What I suggest that you take everything with a grain of salt, because during Saturn retrograde, a lot of the things that people promise us, or these promises that we make during Saturn retrograde, they might not turn out so well. So if there is a group of people or a community or friends that have promised certain things, don't get so tied up about it. Like, be open and flexible that these things may not happen. And the same thing for the aspects that are happening with Saturn. Saturn is going to be aspecting your seventh house and your third house of siblings. So issues with siblings, brothers, sisters, it could be a little bit karmic at this time. Take it with a grain of salt. If they're promising you things, don't put so many of your eggs in that basket. And if they need your help and you need to, show up responsibly with your siblings, then do it. And it's the same thing uh, with your marriage. If you're married or if you're in a committed relationship, this is also a time where it's getting a big karmic sort of responsible heavy load, where you have to show up better in your relationships or get serious about your commitments, become more serious about maybe ascending to a higher level of commitment with your partner, or maybe deciding to finally tie the knot, or maybe deciding to finally get, divorced because it's just not working. There's karma that also needs to be cleared out in your seventh house of relationships and in your seventh house of your marriage and your commitments. So your commitments is something that is also kind of going through a little bit of a karmic thing, and you need to be flexible during this time. Okay. Now, the main focus for you, where it's going to get really, really, really strong for you during this transit, is going to be in the opposite house, the seventh aspect, which is in the fifth house. So I expect for um, my Aries ascendants, especially my Aries moon, to really start getting some baby fever. If you don't have babies yet, I definitely see that you're going to want to have children, you're going to want to have babies, you're going to want to create like some sort of family. You are focusing also maybe in stock markets, you're focusing maybe your creative pursuits, your creativity, but children and creativity, creative expression, and maybe going back to school and studying is going to be your main focus during this time. If you have children at this time, then your children is also going to be a main focus of your life. Now, I'm going to give you a little clue on what is going to be your savior for this time in this transit, my beautiful Aries. And your savior is going to be the third and 11th aspect from the 10th house, because it's where it's going to be going. So the third aspect will be your 12th house, and your 11th aspect will be your 8th house. So your 11th house and your 8th house. So whenever you don't find that things are working out for you here, my beautiful, the 12th house, my beautiful Aries, then the best thing to do is 12th house, isolation, meditation, going within, um, go for a nature walk, find solitude, find silence, and also open yourself up to letting go, to clear, letting go, and forgive. So, very spiritual. Like if you are going through something very hectic, then I suggest take some time out, go into some spiritual retreat, do some spiritual practices, your meditation. These are the things that are going to help you a lot. And also the eighth house. If you go to therapy, if you decide to do some therapeutic practices, decide to work on your psychology, decide to work on your self development, also healing intimacy issues, healing vulnerable issues, and connecting sexually, connecting with your sexual energy, and harmonizing how it is that you joined your ventures with others and how it is that you balance out the powers between our relationships. This is really going to be greatly benefiting you. There might be some even investments that pop out for you as well. So that is for my beautiful Aries. Now I'm going to be pulling some general little oracle cards here for you just to close it off for my beautiful Aries. So for Aries, what is the main message for Aries during the Saturn retrograde? And we have, I just call it about babies. Pregnancy baby. Some of you guys are really ready to have a baby, to be pregnant. Some of you guys are incubating an idea, starting a new project, new venture, taking a risk in something, incubating yourselves into something new, birthing a new project, birthing a new idea. That's going to be a lot of your main focus during this next upcoming time. Okay. And I do want to pull some last cards here for you. What it is that Aries needs to release during the Saturn retrograde. You need to release to miracles, surrender to miracles. So having faith, like really practicing your spiritual practices and doing all these things at this time, my beautiful Aries, is really going to help you to have even your dreams coming true, or to really step into the miracles that you wish to have. Okay. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, then definitely check out in the description here below where you can have your own personal reading. We can go deeper into these things. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aries. Make sure to check your ascendant and moon sign. Now, we are going to see what is going to be happening for my beautiful Tauruses. Welcome, Taurus, to Astral Motivation. Today, we're going to be talking about the Saturn retrograde, and this Saturn retrograde for you is going to be happening in your 10th house of career. So, it's been a karmic time for you when it comes to your career, Taurus. Like, this is really a time where it's like, are you really following your purpose in life? Are you really going in the right direction? Are you really working for the right company, or are you starting that new business, or are you taking your purpose seriously? It's a karmic thing situation happening for you right now in career and purpose. If you just open a business, this is the 2-year first beginning of the business that is like the hardest, but if you get through this, you're good to go. That's kind of where you are, my beautiful Taurus. You've been really thinking a lot about your purpose in life, how it is that you want to show up. What do you want to be known for after you die, after you're gone? What do you want people to talk about you? And this has become something karmic. If you are currently in a job that is not for you, this is getting very heavy on you. For others of you who are already kind of a little bit older, you may really be feeling like this might be the time to retire as well for some of you guys. And others of you who maybe just finished college, then this is when things are getting very serious and you need to get yourself very serious around your work and your career. Now, you, of course, when it comes to career, you have to really take everything with a grain of salt during this period. If people are promising you things, promising you stuff, maybe some of you guys are going to be working behind the scenes on a project. It will be best to launch it afterwards. But this is something where it's like, just take it with a grain of salt. Whatever your boss or whatever authority figures or these, expectations that you're having so much in your career, just keep working hard. It might even be better than what you think, but tone it down on the expectations during this transit because it might set you up for failure. And I don't want that to happen to you. Now, another thing that you need to watch out for during the Saturn retrograde is you also need to watch out for your money and your health. Okay, so money and health, again, very responsible, very meticulous. This is not the time to splurge. This is not the time for crazy. This might be the time to really own in and work hard and start building a more solid foundation of security. If maybe some of you guys are ready to maybe invest or get your stuff ready. If some of those of you have also been dealing, this just came up, with food issues or eating problems or eating illnesses, like issues with food, it's like here, it's also trying to heal that for you, to correct your relationship with food and to also correct your relationship with family as well and your family values. So also take it with a grain of salt with your family. Don't have too many expectations around family, and take care of your money budget a lot during this upcoming months. And with the health, of course, go and get a checkup. This is actually the best time. Go and get a checkup. Make sure that everything's good. Make sure everything's fine. Also, work on your routine, Taurus. Like, you need to really kind of organize and work on your routine. Something in your routine's not working. You're going to a transformation of your habits and your daily life so that you can have this transformation in your career and in your status and purpose in life. And that is the karmic situations that are happening right now. So do not sleep in the laurels around your health. Be very diligent. Have a health routine. Have a workout routine. And if you don't, make it. And if you push through in these next upcoming month, oh my God, you are going to get the results that you always, always, always wanted. So, and if it's something with your project on a daily basis, you have to work on these things. You have to work on this stuff. You have to also work on the confidence to be able to get there. So that's why these things are karmic right now and they're not coming so easily. Now, if you do find yourself in a little bit of like a wobble, or it's like it's too much, I'm going to give you the saviors that you're going to have for this next upcoming Saturn return. So your saviors is going to be the energy. Well, usually when we have Saturn retrograding, it's going to be igniting the energy of your ninth house. So This deals with your dharma, this deals with your principles, this deals with your religion and your philosophy in life. So Saturn also wants you to become very serious about these things. So what is going to come and help you during the Saturn retrograde is ritual, and go to church, or do your spiritual practices, be very disciplined, and finding your dharma and following it and living it. Also, another thing that is going to help you is going to be your friends and your associations and your communities. So go and make friends, Taurus. You don't have to stay inside the whole time. Go and make friends, go and talk to people, go and meet others, and this will help you to expand yourself. This will help you with your career. This will help you with all these things. Okay? And another thing that could really help you is the energy of your relationships and your commitments. So for those of you who are partnered up, I see your partner coming to the rescue in a way or another. I see your partner really coming in and helping you, and being a great support. Um, those of you who don't have a relationship, the commitments that you have are really going to show up there for you. Even if a friend of you is committed to you, or a boyfriend, girlfriend, your commitments are going to be your savior. So here, your social energy will be the thing that will help you kind of um, get through this hard time more easily, and it might even open you up to more opportunities and stuff, my beautiful Taurus. Okay, I want to pull some cards here for you to understand a little bit more on how Taurus can handle this karmic energy of Saturn transiting their 10th house of Saturn return. Organize for success. I was just talking about that. You have to look into the 6th house of daily life and organization to make sure that you're going to get there. It's a daily habitual thing. Do not let the word organization intimidate you, my beautiful Taurus. You are ready for this. And the contrary, let it get you excited, because it's actually moving you forward towards these things. I'm going to pull some more cards here for you. Another, oops. Another message for Taurus during this time in their career, because it's an important time. This is your purpose in life. It's an important time for Tauruses. So another message here for you is unlimited ideas. Yes, you have all these ideas. The time has come to put them to work, to organize them, to put them to work, and start going forward with everything that it is that you want to create and exercise. You have to work on your body. That's going to boost your confidence. That's going to make you feel happier, and you will be so much more joyful. Last but not least, I want to give you what it is that Taurus needs to surrender during this next upcoming Saturn retrograde transit. And we have surrender beliefs in scarcity. That is, again, the 2nd house here. Testing to see how confident you are, and if you do have any lack mentalities, lack of money, lack of opportunity, like whatever lack mentality, or feeling like you just don't have enough or not enough, or you're just not enough, insecurities or things like this is a time where Saturn is going to work on these things. Alrighty, my beautiful Taurus, keep going forward. You got this. Love you so much. Remember to check your moon sign and your ascendant sign as well. Alrighty, my beautiful Tauruses, that was your messages for this next upcoming Saturn retrograde. And now we are going to be doing our beautiful Geminis. Welcome, Gemini. This is going to be your forecast for Saturn retrograde of 2024, and Saturn will be retrograding in your 9th house, baby. So when Saturn is in the 9th house, this is a time where life is really trying to get you more serious with your dharma and your connection with your belief. This could be a time where you are a little bit more pessimistic than normal, because Saturn here is really forcing you and kind of putting you to really find out and organize your belief systems. What do you believe in, Gemini? And is the things that you believe in uplifting you or bringing you down? Like, do you believe that you're going to be able to make it happen, or do you believe that you're a loser? Like, these beliefs, these set beliefs, are being very much clear out and cleaning them out and organizing them. And Saturn here is not going to let you keep a belief system that is just not going to be beneficial for your growth. This is a house of feeling expansive. This is the house of philosophy, travel, education. Some others of you who may be in school right now, especially university, college, may be going through a very tough time. Saturn here is really giving you a tough time and it's making you be responsible and show up right. If you do it right, then it's going to be great. And when it comes to travels, there could be a little bit also resistance in it being able to travel, having the ability to travel, and more than anything, your belief systems. If you do have teachers and gurus and spiritual masters, then this is also a time where you really need to respect them. You really need to listen to them. And this might be a little hard for you, my beautiful Gemini. So things are getting serious in your belief systems. The time has come for you to choose a path, good or evil. That's spiritual life. You can live in both. You have to choose one or the other, and that's kind of where your karmic energy lies at this time. It's wanting you to get serious about your expansions. And if you are very skeptical, if you don't have any beliefs, if you're telling me, oh my God, but like, Dini, I'm an atheist, I don't know what you're talking about, then Saturn here is putting you to, bueno, if you don't believe in nothing, then what do you believe in then? What do you really believe in? And is that belief uplifting you? Making you good, making you feel happy, making you feel optimistic for life, making you feel full, making you feel expansive? Or is it a belief that makes you feel diminished? That is the things that are being tested at this time. So if there's any promises during this next upcoming Saturn retrograde, one of the things that happens is that we need to take with a grain of salt anything that may be coming here and have less expectations on what it is that we're trying to obtain from our ninth house. So if you have a trip coming up, lower your expectations. Don't have this massive expectation of like, oh my God, it's going to be the most incredible time of my life. Take it with a grain of salt. Just be neutral. Take it day by day. Don't set yourself up for this, expectation and then it's not it. Same thing with school. If some of you guys are ready to go to school, universities, you might have this really big expectation of like, oh my God, it's going to be like this, it's going to be like that. And then it wasn't like that. With also religions or philosophies, we could also be going through a little bit of this. So again, take it with a grain of salt. Just don't put so much of your energy and your beliefs and your all your eggs in that basket. Like, be flexible with your beliefs, be flexible with the traveling you're going to be doing, be flexible with your teachers, be flexible with the schools and the programs that you're trying to do to develop yourself. And if you stick to it, you are going to get massive reward. Okay. If some of you guys work with international trading and things like this, anything international, anything that deals with international travel, international things, this might be also a karmic time for you guys. Now, other things that might be a little karmic for you is also going to be the energies of, okay, it is your body. So at this time, definitely take care of your body. This is the time for you to work out, move your body, take care of your physicality. Maybe some of you guys are wanting to change your looks or, you know, come out in a certain way. Like, what is your poise, what is your representation of yourself? These are some of the things that are also coming out, because remember, what you believe in, it's going to come out of your aura. If you're a cynic and you believe that there's no love in the world, that is going to come out in your aura. Or if you're, a happy, joyful person, that's going to come out in your aura. So this also deals with yourself. This is the time of reinvention of yourself. And if there's something in your body that you don't like, that you've always had an issue with your body or a body complex situation, this is the time to address it, because it might be something that is limiting you. Another thing that is also going to be showing up for the Saturn retrograde for you is going to be and children and creativity, creative pursuits, knowledge, and as well as your self-expression. So this also deals with your intelligence, your self-expression. And this is a time where it's also telling you, like, Gemini, are you being creative? Like, are you really exploring your creativity and allowing for people to really see your light, allowing for people to really see what you can, give them? If there's timidness, if there's like anything that limits you, this is a time where it's like trying to break that through. If there's some creative project go for it. Again, don't put so many expectations. During the Saturn retrograde, just don't put so many expectations. Afterwards, you can. But this right now, take it with a grain of salt when it comes to children. Take it with a grain of salt when it comes to your creative pursuits. Do it just because you love doing it. Show up and do the responsible thing if you have to take care of your children or stuff like this. Some of you guys who are trying to be pregnant and things like this, also it's it's like, don't put so many expectations on this, because that could be something that is also blocking you. If you if you become responsible, like let's say you're taking, if you want to become more fertile and start fixing your body, taking care of your body, taking care of your physicality, losing the weight, eating better, then these things will naturally start also coming up. But this is something that is really trying to transform you at the core level of your personality and who you are, my beautiful Gemini. Very powerful. Now, this may sound very karmic, so I'm going to give you some solutions that are going to help you during this time if you feel like these things are getting too heavy for you. The solution here is that open up and be vulnerable. Why? Because Saturn is going to be going towards the energy of the eighth house of psychology. And this is where life is okay. Why you're limiting yourself? It might be something in your psychology that is limiting you. Is there a trauma? Is there something? So if those of you who decide to actually open up, go to therapy and do these things, you're actually going to see a lot of advancements and things that are going to be very beneficial for you. Even just having an astrological reading, but dive into yourself, get to know yourself. Into me I see intimacy. Go within and see what's in there. That will definitely help you. And another thing that could help you during this time is going to be your career. So yes, as you focus more on your purpose in life, as you focus more on your career, your purpose in life, this is going to give you that umph to keep moving forward. So focus on your career, focus on your job, focus on how you can show up on these things, focus on your purpose. And if you don't have a purpose, then this is the reason why all of these things are ready to have a transformation. Really go deep. It's like, what is the thing that I want to be known for when I leave? Or what is it that I want to bring to this world that benefits society or benefits others or benefits my own soul evolution, whatever it may be. But choose your purpose. This is a time where life is really, that is going to give you the gasoline. That is going to give you the oomph to keep moving forward. So that is going to be a great helper. And also working out, move your body, and get in the routine. Start. I'm going to start going to sleep early, waking up early, going for the run, taking cold showers, whatever is that you want to create. But the time has come. If you give yourself a routine, if you take care of your body, change your diet. This could be a great time for you to go vegetarian. Then that is definitely going to be very powerful. So it's going to also trigger more for you if there's any planets in your ninth house. So check your chart if there's planets in your ninth house, in your first house, or in your fifth house. And yeah, so those of you who do, you're going to feel it extra. So let's go a little bit deeper into these things to understand more. Your oracle message, my beautiful Gemini, for the Saturn retrograde is do the research. That's how you work best, Gemini. Gemini is the type of sign that as long as you learn about it, you're confident. So if there's anything that you feel like, oh, I just don't know, I don't know how to get in shape, or I don't know how to take care of the children, or I don't know how to believe in anything, or, connection with God, just research it. Go to a library, read about it. Read about it. Ask the right questions. Ask people that you admire, that you look at them, like ask them the right questions. If you go into this research energy, and that has to do with the eighth house too, it's like if you go into this research mood to go within yourself and understand what is the career, what is the purpose, what do you want, how can I work out better, how can I transform myself and revamp everything that I am, how can I express myself, get creative, whatever it is. All you have to do is research. All you have to do is research, Gemini. And you will get the information. When you get the information, you will feel like you're ready to go. Okay, let's go. Let's try this out. Everything is going to be okay, Gemini. You're feeling like this because the Saturn is making you, I will be honest with you, Gemini, a little depressed. But the reason why is because you need to get so fed up of the negativity that it forces you to start changing and uplift yourself. It's almost like that. You need to be disgusted with how pessimistic you can get. And then you will see a transformation. But everything's okay, Gemini. Everything's okay. And last but not least, your final message, Gemini, for this upcoming Saturn retrograde is going to be travel. Actually, they're calling you to travel. Travel. Go and see. It might help you. But again, don't have so much high expectations. Just go with the mood of curiosity and exploration and flexibility. And if you do this, wow, your travels can bring you so much knowledge, so much understanding. There's going to be a travel that you're going to do that's going to change everything for you, or you just came back, or you're planning some travels during this upcoming Saturn retrograde period that is going to bring massive transformation in your life. Excuse me. And the last message for my beautiful Geminis for this Saturn retrograde, Gemini. What does Gemini need to? You need to surrender to joy. You see? Find happiness. Oh, but Valentina, everything sucks. Find happiness. Laugh about it. Ha ha ha. Laugh about it. Oh, it's ridiculous. Like, find the joy. If you want a joyful change, it starts with a joyful attitude, joyful predisposition. And you will see that the joyful changes will happen. Alrighty, my beautiful Geminis, those were your messages for this upcoming Saturn retrograde. I hope that they helped you. Love you guys so much. Make sure you check your moon and ascendant. And if you would like to go a little bit deeper into what is going on in your life, then definitely have a reading with me. You will find it in the description here below. Now we're going to be doing our beautiful Cancers. Welcome, Cancer. This is going to be your forecast for the Saturn retrograde that is retrograding in your 8th house. I'm going to be super honest with you, Cancer. This is a toughie, but necessary, not bad. This is a little bit like a sati. When Saturn goes into the 8th house of your ascendant or 8th house of your moon, things get a little real. Why? Because Saturn here this is a very, very unexpected, intimate house. This is where you hide your secrets and where your shadow self lies. Everything that you don't like about yourself, everything that you hide from others, your traumas, the things that happened that didn't happen, your weaknesses, your insecurities, they're all locked up here. And when Saturn goes in there, Saturn is like time has come for the therapy and the healing, and we're going to look at this. We're going to look at this in the face, and you're going to overcome it. But again, this could be the things that we run away from, the fears that we have. So it's a little bit of a toughie situation. But nonetheless, if you flow with it, if you learn to work with Saturn, you can really heal from these psychological things, traumas, pains, wounds, even ancestral wounds. So, Cancer, understand that yes, you feel vulnerable. Yes, it's uncomfortable. It is so unknown. But this is all getting you ready for you to be completely vulnerable. The time has come for the truth to be revealed. So if there's been anything hiding, if you God forbid, let's say you've been cheating on your partner or something like this, which I know you haven't, Cancer, you will never do something like that. But just for the example of the Saturn in the 8th house karmic energy, if something like that is happening where we're hiding and being secretive and hiding things, when Saturn is in the 8th house, it comes out in the light. Saturn will not tolerate that we use our shadow self to manipulate and to hide and to deceive. And so Saturn here will bring us into the light. If you're a super, super good person, but you can't seem to understand why life is not going your way, then Saturn is going to come here to heal whatever is that psychological thing that's blocking you. Usually it is our own minds and our own selves that holds us back from everything that we really want. So Saturn here will definitely heal that. If you have issues with sexuality, issues in relationships, issues in intimacy, if you're an avoidant or an anxious attachment, whatever it is, this is the time where Saturn is like, time to clear this out. And at the same time, in order for this to happen, Saturn is aspecting your 12th house of subconscious. So it's also getting into your subconscious realm, and it's asking for you to let go. This is also a period of a lot of endings, letting go, finishing, closing it off. I finish and I let go of that trauma. I finish and I let go of what I've been holding on. Or I finish and I let go of the terrible relationship that's not fulfilling me. Whatever it is, it's going to be different for everybody. I suggest that you have a reading with me if you want to know more specific to your situation. This is also the house where if you take isolation and you go by yourself and like isolate and decide to let go and release, then this could be very, very good for you. Plant medicines and things like this could be beneficial for you. But Saturn will definitely ask you to let go. The other one is home matters. Home, childhood, past. This is all getting cleared out too. Now, I want you to take it with a grain of salt. If you're right now going into therapy and you're starting to think like, oh my God, my therapist is going to heal me now, just take it with a grain of salt. If your therapist is promising you things, or if there's certain things, just don't have so many expectations. This is Saturn retrograde doesn't allow you to have expectations, because Saturn here is to deliver the karmas that need to be delivered. So don't have expectations around the healing or the psychology or the therapist, or just go and do the work and go within and get uncomfortable, be vulnerable, and you're doing it right. And also take it with a grain of salt, anything with your family. So if right now there's like your family's promising you things and things like this, just be flexible with them. Don't hold them accountable to so many things. Don't hold your mother accountable to so much. Be flexible at this time, especially with Saturn retrograde. These are the things that are being activated. But the one that is being activated the most is your house of money. You really want to build a security for yourself. Some others of you are tired of feeling insecure, tired of feeling less, tired of feeling like people are walking all over you, tired of feeling diminished, tired of feeling like you're not succeeding, tired of feeling like you don't have the money that you really want to have. And you are really focusing on developing a sense of security in your life and to hold yourself at your values, what is valuable to you, and money, baby. Money's going to be in your mind very, very strong at this time, my beautiful Cancer. So that is the main focus on the Saturn retrograde. Now, I'm going to give you some clues on how it is that you can overcome these difficult aspects, because Saturn is never something easy, but there's always a way to level out these energies. And for you, it's going to be, do not neglect your commitments in your relationships. Your commitments in your relationships, marriage, these things are going to be one of the parts that is going to help you in developing and becoming stronger. Okay. If you're currently single, do not turn the cheek away from these things. Get a little bit more serious about your dating and get more serious about what it is that you want. And they're not, if you're serious and they're not taking you seriously, then that means that you're not showing that you are very serious about it. So put your foot down on that for my singles. And for people who are already in a relationship, this is a time where life is calling for you to maintain your relationship, address your relationship, and it will help you during this time. They're there to help you. You are supported. Another thing that could definitely help you during this time is traveling. Traveling can help you expand your mind. Having a spiritual guru can also help you to elevate yourself, and really holding on to your belief systems. If you are somebody who's religious, who worships, then your devotion right now is what's going to help you through this very hard time, and is what's going to help you through this challenging karmic time. So focus on that. And also, if you've been wanting to maybe go back to school, learn something, educate yourself, this is also a great time to do that. That's where you're going to find relief. Especially the traveling is where you're going to find relief, and in your spiritual practices, especially if you are being devoted to an Ishtadev, a deity, a god and goddess, or God, then you can really see some advancements here. The other refuge that you're going to have for this time is going to be your your house of creativity and expression and children. So your children are going to bring joy into your life. Your children are going to bring you strength if you have children. If you don't have children, then it's going to bring the energies of wanting to have children, maybe thinking that children can really transform your life. Also, creativity will help you a lot. Okay? Get creative, do something creative, do something, even if it's athletic. Okay? Like you don't have to be a painter, a singer, or something like this. If it's a sport that you like doing, then go and do that too. But you need something where you can just express yourself, release it, even if it's just journaling. That could really help you too. If you're going through the remembrance of the traumas and things like this, then go paint it out. It doesn't have to look like a certain thing, or write it out, or play music, or dance it out. But self expression, joy, happiness, pleasure, just go have some fun, Cancer, would really help you. But don't go have fun because you don't want to remember and then you want to drink. Not like that. Like have innocent fun, childlike fun. Take care of your inner child. Play with your inner child, and this could really help you during this time. Now, last but not least, I'm going to be pulling some cards here for you for my beautiful Cancers. What's another message for Cancer when it comes to this Saturn retrograde? And we have surrender to inner peace. You see, we gotta look for that peace. Gotta search it. That's why I was talking about the isolation, the aloneness, the have some time for yourself. If you need it, go into nature, go surrender the obsessive thinking. So this could be something also that you are learning to, oh, I'm so sorry, excuse me, that you're learning to release. Here is the obsessive thinking about something. These are our obsessions. Our obsessions end up becoming our traumas. So this is like where we're releasing this obsessive thinking and we're learning to get rid of that. A way to do that is, turn the dilemma over to God, and it will help you. When we're obsessed about something, it's because we're lacking faith, to be honest. We're too anxious that something bad's going to happen. So go into your practices, go into your prayer, go into your meditation, and you'll see that you're going to feel a lot better. And last but not least, my beautiful Cancer, surrender denial. Maybe as the whole time I've been talking to you, it's like, man, I don't know what you're talking about, Vinodini. I'm like, surrender the denial. See things for what they are. See yourself for what it is. I know it's hard to look at it because it's so painful, but it will be less painful when you start accepting it. Then you bring it down from the pedestal. So those are some of the things that we don't deny, the healing either. Like if you guys are like, no, everything's fine. I don't need to talk about my problems. I don't need to talk about the vulnerability. Like, don't be in denial. This is a great time to do it. And if you heal this, if you really do the work, Saturn will make you the most freaking confident person in the world. And if you want to get some motivation, when you have high confidence, you make a lot of money, baby. So this might just be the key for you to really become super wealthy. Alrighty, my beautiful Cancer, those were your messages for this upcoming Saturn retrograde. I hope that they helped you. If you would like to have a personal reading to go a little deeper than this, then definitely go in the description here below. I also have a membership in my members association. If you would like to have a monthly personal reading by me, then check out my members here in YouTube, and you can get that as well. Now we're going to be doing our beautiful Leo. Welcome, Leo. This is going to be your horoscope for this upcoming Saturn retrograde, and this Saturn is going to be retrograding in your 7th house. This has been a powerful one, my beautiful Leo. This has been a powerful one for you because the 7th house deals with our commitments, our relationships, our marriage, and whatever we have signed or promised with our words that we are going to be committed to. So these are the commitments you show up on a daily basis. It could be your boss, it could be your partner, it could be your loved one, but these are mainly the commitments, and we will usually see marriage here. So things have been serious with you. If you are currently in a relationship, in a marriage, this is a time where life is putting a little bit of pressure into your marriage to make sure that it can last another 30 years or so, or last for a long time. This is the time where it's building that structure. And if you've been with this person for a very long time, then this time has come to re-look and reestablish a new structure in our lives. Is it working for us? Are we happy? If you guys are in a relationship that you've been dating for a very long time, Saturn here may be saying like, time has come to tie the knot. The time has come for you to be more serious about this committed relationship and to take it as a serious commitment, not a casual situation or let's see where this goes. Like, get serious about your time and your commitments, and your body and yourself. Like, your commitment is valuable. Your commitment is valuable. If you're giving that commitment to somebody who's not giving you a commitment back, that's not the right way. Like, and also, this is a time where life wants you to get serious about what is a commitment. Maybe there is a lot of Leos out there that, if you guys have some sort of distorted vision of what a commitment, a healthy commitment is, then Saturn here is going to, you know, bring down the law on the situation. If you are taking responsibility, want to move forward into a higher commitment, want to start establishing yourself even more, then Saturn here is definitely going to give you the help. And it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be super, everything just falls in its place. You're going to have to put effort. You're going to have to put the energy, but it's going to be super worth it. And for my singles, if you guys are really feeling that, where is my partner? I'm ready. I'm ready for my commitment. I'm ready for the real deal. I want the real deal. Not the passing by, not the one that I thought it was going to be something, now it's not. Like, I want the real deal. I want the love of my life. And so there is a lot of karmic energy here going on as well. My single Leos are maturing in their relationships and what it is that they want to create. Now, if anybody comes during this time of Saturn retrograde, and they're promising you heaven and earth, just take it with a grain of salt. I'm saying, yes, definitely date them, keep going, no worries, but don't make any life-changing decisions. Like, if you want to get married after November 15th. Okay? If you want to get married, hit me up and I'll tell you when is the best date for your personal horoscope so that your marriage can be extremely successful. So that is for my singles. And for the people who are in a relationship, Saturn here is really, making you get responsible about your relationship. Like, is there something that we need to take care of? Maintenance? Is there toxicity in this relationship? And if there is, how are we both responsible for it, and how it is that we can switch this and fix this and change it and grow and establish a stronger foundation in our relationships? So this is what is being triggered at this time. And at the same time, so again, don't try to get too many promises. Don't try to fall for too many promises. Lower your expectations around people and what they're telling you. Not lower your expectations in the type of person. I'm not saying that. Keep your value high. But if somebody comes and promises you heaven and earth, promises you that you're like the person that wants to get married and like la 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 la, just take it with a grain of salt, because Saturn retrograde ends up kind of giving us a different situation. The same thing goes for your groups and friends and associations. There might be some friends and associations that are promising you this, promising you that. Just take it with a grain of salt. There might be something that, if you have higher expectations on something, you might get more disappointed. So that's all I'm saying. And also with your siblings. So take care of your siblings as well. Your siblings may also be, bringing some sort of karmic situation here. Your friends as well. Choose the route of responsibility. Choose the route to be the bigger man. That's what Saturn wants you to do. And don't put your eggs in that basket, and don't expect so much from these situations. Your head, and the thing that you're going to be focusing on the most during this transit is yourself. Yourself. Your body, yourself. Who am I? How am I coming off? My reputation. What do I want to express? How do I want people to see me? How do I want people to perceive me? This is going to be kind of like the main situation. So the energy is pointed towards you, saying the transformation is here and now. So you're really getting a lot of heavy karmic energy from Saturn here, forcing a maturity in you and in your character and persona. Now, the saving grace for this upcoming period is going to be working out, taking care of your daily activities, make sure that you have a routine. Make sure that you're doing the daily work, your routine, that you're keeping up with your chores, keeping up with all these things. That is going to give you a lot of saving grace, and also working out. So if you go and work out your body, work out the aggression, work out the frustration, work out the whatever, that is going to make you feel so much better. So much better. Make sure that you're living a wholesome lifestyle. Focus on that. The other saving grace that you're going to have is going to be working on your psychology, maybe going to therapy for some of you guys if you want to start therapy, or have a reading with me, or anything where you go deep into your vulnerability and really heal and work the shadow and do the shadow work. If you do these things, you're actually going to find a lot of refuge in these places, in these transformative, intense transformations. So they could really, really bring you a lot of happiness and joy, and also sex. But just, if it's with your partner that you're already with, definitely have more sex with them. Have more, explore your sexuality together. Okay, that's for those who are already coupled. And the other saving grace that you're going to be having is going to be your 10th, your fourth house of the home. So there you're also going to be getting um, the joy, the happiness if you're at home, if you're with family, if you get close to your mother, if you get close to your family, if you make your home very homey, if you give yourself the comfort, the emotional comfort that you need, working on your childhood, working on your connection with your family. These things would really bring you a lot of joy and happiness, and just even sometimes just being at home, doing something shui, organizing your home in a new way. This is going to be your sanctuary for this time. So let's go a little bit deeper into understanding Leo. What is the oracle message for Leo for this Saturn retrograde? And we have give a relationship a chance. You got to work on your relationship. You got to put effort on your relationship. It's not just fun, 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 fun. Okay. When I say that this is the house of marriage, I didn't mean that this is the house of romance. Okay. This is the house of romance. This is the house of marriage. So when we go to marriage, things get serious. It's not the same thing as just having fun, being playful, and being romantic. It's another gravity. And that is what it's kind of saying here. It's like, give your relationship a chance, work on your relationships. Do not let the gravity of this make you feel like, oh, then I don't want it because it's just not fun. It's not light. It's not, easy going. Like, no, it's worth it. It's worth working for a good relationship. It's worth, um, you know, working together to live for a very long time. Love becomes better with time, like wine. Okay, it's not for the beginning sporadic moment. It's in the long journey. It's the journey. So give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnerships. And another message is romantic feelings. You are feeling something. Some of you guys could very well be meeting somebody and getting very serious during this time. Your feelings are real and they're worth exploring. So make sure that you are not repressing what you're feeling. And last but not least, let your friends help you. Okay. And this is more of like, make sure you're building friendships with those who you actually are thinking of committing. Committing is different than a one night stand. Okay, one night stand, you're cute, da 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 da. It was all physical, it was all lust. Cool. I got what I wanted, bye. But in commitments, it's like we need to develop more than just lusty attraction. We need to develop a friendship. We need to develop some sort of commodity. We need to develop some sort of middle ground where we both can, find each other at. This is important. And this can only be built when you build friendships. So make sure that if you are interested in somebody right now, make sure you're developing that friendship with them. Don't rush into them. Make it secure. And those of you who are in a relationship, be friends with your partner. Come back to respecting each other and come back to having that friendship with each other. Okay? And the last message here for my beautiful Leos, last but not least, is going to be stop controlling people, Leo. Stop controlling people. Okay? This sabotages your relationships, your controlling energy, controlling attitudes. Let this go. The desire to control others. Let others be, and you will see that your relationships will get so much better. Alrighty, my beautiful Leo, those were your messages for this upcoming Saturn retrograde. I hope that they help. Love you guys so much. And remember to check your sun, moon, and ascendant. And also, if you would like to have a personal reading by me on a monthly basis, check out my members association here in YouTube, and you'll be able to get that as well. Alrighty, now we're going to be doing our beautiful Virgos. Welcome, Virgo. This is going to be your forecast for Saturn return 2024. And Saturn right now is retrograding in your sixth house of daily life, commitments, daily things that you need to do, your chores. This is actually your house, my beautiful Virgo, where you thrive. You are a natural person that likes to take care of the diligent leaves of life on a daily basis. You like to clean, make things nice, take care of problems, and be of service. And this is this house. And so when we have this energy here, more than anything is karmic with your health, Virgos. So if there's any Virgo out there who is feeling like they should go to the doctor, this is your confirmation. Go, go, go to the doctor. Go. This is the time to take care of your health, to take care of your routines, your daily life, to also have a more wholesome lifestyle. That it's not just a lifestyle of you working, and then never resting, or this lifestyle where you don't need, you work so much that you don't have the time to eat. Like, be careful with this, my beautiful Virgo. Virgo, the time has come for you to really have a more holistic lifestyle that takes care of your body, your mind, and your soul, your spirit, everything. You can work, but you can also be with your family. A more balanced lifestyle. And this is what Saturn is putting the pressure on. And even if you tell me, oh, but they're giving me more work at work, and I'm supposed to be responsible with Saturn. Yes, but this is not the house of work. This is the house of your lifestyle. All of it. That's why it deals with your health. So, yes, your job is important, but your health is more important. Like, if you don't have the right health, then how are you going to go and work? So, Saturn here is really trying to bring these lessons of health and transformation here. So, be very, very, take it with a grain of salt, anything that the doctor says. Go to many different references as well if there's something that comes up or anything like that, God forbid. But just get more options, get more perceptions, get more perspectives on the situation. This is going to be very beneficial for you. And also, if your boss or your coworkers are promising you things or this stuff, take it with a grain of salt. Don't have so many expectations in those things, okay? Another place that you shouldn't have so many expectations is going to be in your 10th house. So, your career, your purpose. There might be a lot of expectations around your purpose, your career. So just tone it down with that. Yes, work. Yes, get to work, but just don't put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to a job, when it comes to a career, when it comes to a stuff. It's like, just do the diligently work that you need to do, and after November 15th, you can have all the expectations you want. And we're also having the karmic energy of the second house here. So your health, your self-esteem, your self-worth is also being looked up at this moment, and it's being asked for it to be stronger, your finances to be stronger, your self-esteem to be stronger, and your values to be a lot more strong. If you're having this idea, like, I'm counting on this money to come on this time, stop. Don't have so many expectations. Money's going, this is a time to hustle, work, and really put the grind. And I definitely see that more money will definitely be coming in your life. But just be a little detached from these things until November 15th. Now, I'm going to, and the main focus that you're going to be having for this upcoming time of this Saturn retrograde is going to literally be in your subconscious, your spirituality, and letting things go. So I see a lot of my Virgos maybe going deep into yoga, deep into meditation, deep into even astral travel, where, like, maybe you guys are having some very deep dreams, or even working with plant medicine, or even working with your subconscious to totally transform and release. I do see a lot of my Virgos being super focused on their spirituality. This is a great time for you to have some time alone. This is a great time for you to isolate. This is a great time for you to do that inner work. And if you do that inner work of your subconscious, You're going to see a lot of things. And sometimes the work of the subconscious is just forgiveness, self-compassion, letting go. Literally, those are the three ingredients. Forgive the past, let go of the past, and have compassion for the past and everything that has happened and for yourself. So this is kind of like the transformation that you're going at this time. Now I'm going to give you um some pointers on how you can handle these really heavy energies if you feel like these aspects of your life are getting too intense. If it's health that's getting too intense, or career or money that's getting too intense, then your saving grace is actually going to lie in your creative pursuits, children, or your expression of yourself. So if you're feeling a lot of this tension, being surrounded by children, doing some creative projects, expressing yourself creatively, or doing, sports or anything like this could really uplift you. The other saving grace that can help you during this time will be your um, relationships, your marriage, your partner. For those of you who have a partner, this is really going to give you a lot of support. They're going to be there for you, and they're going to really help you and hold your hand through this. They want to help you. They want to help you have a better life and a more wholesome life. So don't be afraid to come to them. If you're currently single, this is a time where life is, allow yourself to open up to others and to allow yourself to have more commitments in your life. Those are going to be your saving grace. And also, what's going to be your saving grace will be your communication, your mental realms, and your mindset. So if you guys want to do some mindset work at this time, it will be super good. If you are doing journaling, it will be fantastic. If you are wanting to maybe do that startup where you're like, I'm tired of working from a boss and I want to do my own startup and I want to start my own thing, or a YouTube channel or a social media or anything like this is a great, great, great time to get it done. And you are going to feel uplifted by these things. So now let's go a little bit deeper, my beautiful Virgo, for the Saturn retrograde for Virgo. And we have take a divine light guided chance. You have to take a chance here. Yes, because the third house is kind of like your saving grace, and the third house is also the house of courage. So don't be afraid to do something courageous this month, this next upcoming months when Saturn is retrograding. Remember that it takes a little bit of risk to get what it is that you want. Even if it's like, oh my God, I want to have a better lifestyle, but my job, even if the risk is saying no to your boss, that could be a risk for some of you guys, and that is going to give you benefits. So don't shy away from risks at this moment. Also, we have words of abundance. Yes, work on your words, work on how you're speaking. The mindset that I was talking about also deals with affirmations, and this could be your saving grace as well. Make sure that you're doing affirmations every single morning, and that could really help you in regaining balance. And last, partnerships, as I was mentioning, your partner, your commitments, even there could be a business partner that comes your way and is like a saving grace as well. So do not be afraid to partner up. You don't have to do it all alone. And the last message here for my beautiful Virgos for this Saturn retrograde, we have surrender fear. Yes. This is what's paralyzing you to take those risks, to take on that courage. And that's why I say, if you don't like your daily life, don't just suck it up and stay there. I know it's fearful to change it, but what is more fearful is the stories you're telling yourself, the tragedies you're telling yourself if something bad were to happen. You need let go of the fearful stories you're telling yourself, and make sure that you're focusing on solutions. Make sure that you're focusing on celebrating every little baby step forward. Okay, Virgo, don't um, don't be afraid of this. Alrighty, and that was for my beautiful Virgos. I hope that helped. Love you guys so much. Make sure you check your ascendant and moon sign. And also, if you would like to have a personal horoscope by me on a monthly basis, go check out my members only here on YouTube, where I will be sending you a personal horoscope of your monthly prediction on a monthly basis. Go check it out. And now we're going to be doing our beautiful Libras. Welcome, Libra. This is going to be your Saturn return forecast. And for you, Saturn is transiting in your fifth house of children. Your fifth house of children, creativity, and self-expression. So my beautiful Libras right now are getting a little bit of a heavy load if you are a parent. If you're a parent, you may be going through a little bit of a karmic situation with your kids at this time. Your kids may be wanting more attention from you. They need you. You need to be there more for them. This might be a tedious thing for you. If you don't have children, then this could be the time where you're really wanting children. You really, want to prepare yourself to have children and create this. And aside from the children, this is also the house of romance. So for some of you guys, either if you're single or in a partnership, the romance right now might be a little dry. Okay? It is important that you take an effort to get closer to a romantic partner, especially your partner, to create some romance, to spark up the fire. Okay? If you're single and you're just like, nobody's coming up, there's everything is dry out there. The reason why it's dry, my beautiful Libra, is because life right now wants you to get more serious about your romances. Okay? Don't just give your attention and your time to just anybody to just see how it goes. It's like these things could be very karmic. The time has come for you to be a little bit more serious about who are you giving your energy and your romantic um, feelings and everything to, and are they really worth your time and your feelings? This is going to be for some of you guys, so that's a different story for all of you. So if there's any romantic partners at this time that are promising you things during this retrograde period, just take it with a grain of salt, lower down your expectations of your partner, and try to bring more joy and happiness and fun. Lower your expectations of your children as well. If your children maybe right now having a little bit of a hard time with the expectations that you're putting on them, so just release this at least for the Saturn retrograde. Then you can put the expectations back on after November 15th. And also release your expectations around your creative pursuits, where maybe you're approaching something that you're going to do creatively, or your sports, and you're already setting yourself up that I need to expect myself to be this, to be that it's going to be this, that it's going to be that. Release that, because it could set you up for a little bit of disappointment there. Saturn retrograde does not like expectations and does not want any sort of expectations. Just do your duty, do your work, and you'll get rewarded eventually, but don't have any expectations. So the other aspects that are going to be a little challenging, aside from the fifth house and the children, is also going to be yourself and your belief systems and the travels. So these are also a little bit of a tough time right now, because you are also going through a transformation of yourself. Focus on your body, focus on working out, focus on your image. Do you have the clothes that you really want? Do you have the image that you really want to portray? um, are you giving off the vibe that you really want for people to perceive you like? Are you coming off as a responsible, professional, trustworthy person? And how it is that you can build that for yourself? How it is that you can elevate your look? How you can elevate your presentation and your reputation? This is one of the main things. If there's something going on with your body, go to the doctor, take care of it. Your body's really activated at this time, is karmic. Do not ignore your body. Take care of it. And we're also having the ninth house and the house of travels. So again, take it with a grain of salt. If there's any travels, don't have too many high expectations of this or that. And this is also a time where life is making you get more serious about your belief systems and what it is that you believe, my beautiful Libra. And so if you've been feeling negative, skeptic, pessimistic, this is because Saturn really here is trying to do a transformation of your whole persona and personality. Now, the things that are going to be what you're mainly going to be focusing on during this Saturn retrograde will be your friends. Your friends, your communities, your groups. Who are you surrounded with? Who is who is your groups? Who's your peeps? Who's your soul tribe? And also your dreams and your aspirations. You may really be focusing on, like, what do I want to create in my life? What are my dreams? What do I want? What are my aspirations? Am I surrounded by the right people? Am I in the right am I showing up in the right ways? Is there something that I need to learn so that I become better at it? So these are some of the things that are going to be your main focus, and a little bit of the karmic energies that are happening during the Saturn retrograde. Now I'm going to give you the saving graces. If you do feel any of these tensions during the Saturn retrograde, what is going to be your saving grace is going to be, number one, your home. So create a safe space, a nice home. Take care of the family, take care of the home, be close to your mother. be close to your inner child, like, do that inner child work and find that comfort and find that emotional security. You're going to find that a lot in the house and with your family. The other saving grace that is going to be here for you is going to be your ability to work out. So your saving grace, if you're feeling frustrated or stuck or anything like this, working out, moving your body is really going to help you at this time. Set up a routine, make a routine that is better for you. Make a routine with your children, make a routine with your creative pursuits, make a routine with the passions that you love. It's time to get serious about your passions. And so that is going to help you. And the other saving grace that will definitely help you is money, actually. Interestingly enough, money will be there. And taking refuge of your values and taking refuge of your integrity. So, what I mean by this is that you are a person of your word. Practice being a person of your word. Practice not just giving your word away like nothing, even if it's to set up an appointment or something like this. Practice not giving this away. Practice really thinking that your word has gravity and that you must use it with a lot of thought. And this could really help you. Same thing with money. So money, abundance, prosperity, security is actually going to be there for you. I do see that some of you guys will be making some good money, and that's going to be giving you the support that you need to keep moving forward. Alrighty, my beautiful Libras, let's go into your oracle messages. What are the other oracle messages for my beautiful Libras this upcoming Saturn retrograde? Healing, healed, healer. Yes, a lot of healing energy. You're healing, healing, healing. You're healing your romance. You're healing your friendships. You're healing your children. You're healing your creative connections. You're healing your body. You're healing your image. You're healing your belief systems. So there is going to be lots of healing going on for you this upcoming Saturn retrograde. And we also have say goodbye to the old and hello to the new, baby. That's awesome. Yes, this reinvention of yourself is literally going to close the past, and you're going to go into a whole new life for yourself, Libra. And last but not least, for my beautiful Libras, for the Saturn retrograde, we have your desires within reach. Have faith. Keep moving forward. That is where you're being tested, the faith. Make sure you have faith. Keep moving forward. Do not give up. Do not throw in the towel. You are super close to what it is that you want to accomplish, okay? Very nice. And now for the last message, what does Libra need to surrender this upcoming Saturn retrograde? And we have surrender to the beauty of the natural world. So being outside in nature, being with nature, if you want to work out in nature, these things are going to be very beneficial for you. If you're feeling stressed out or anything like this, go for a little walk in nature, and you will see that these things will make you feel so much better. Alrighty, my beautiful Libras, those were your messages. I hope that they help. Love you guys so much. Remember to check your ascendant, sun, and moon sign, and remember that I can also give you a monthly forecast for your personal horoscope. If you would like to check that out, then go to my members only. Alrighty, now we're going to be doing our beautiful Scorpios. Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your forecast for this upcoming Saturn retrograde. And your Saturn will be retrograding in your fourth house of home life, family, home life. Everything that deals with home, family, mother, the foundation of your life, the structure of your life, the past, the childhood wounds, all of these things are now being organized. There could be things around the house that need to be taken care of. Do not neglect these things. Be responsible about home matters. Be responsible about car matters. Be responsible about family matters and mother matters. Okay, your mother may be needing more of you at this time, so be with her, be close to her. This is going to be something beneficial. If you go towards these things will be very good. Now, when Saturn retrogrades in the fourth house, we are now going to have a little bit of a karmic sort of energy. So this could be the time where you feel more karmic energy between you and your mother. If your mother or your family is promising you certain things, don't have so many expectations on your family. Don't have so many expectations on your mother. Lower these things. Don't have so many expectations on home dynamics, lower your expectations on this, and use this energy to organize your home. and not just with things, but like organize the dynamics of the house, the dynamics of the family, the dynamics of the relationship. This will be a fantastic time because right now you're really building a foundation that is supposed to last the next upcoming 30 years. You're building this solid foundation. And if you are not happy where you are living, then this is the time to get serious about where do you really want to live? Where do you want to set your roots? Are you done, floating around, and are you ready to really set yourself up in your roots? So it's going to be different for everybody. Now, when it goes retrograde, then the focus is going to be more on the the energies of the home, but again, take it with a grain of salt, be very flexible around the house. And we're also going to have the aspect of the 8th and the 12th. So this is also a time where there could be a lot of transformations in your psychology and in your subconscious. If you are going into treatments or therapies, or if you are working with the shadow or working with letting go, building more self compassion for yourself, this is a time for all of these things to really come into the light. Don't have so many high expectations. Be kind to yourself, be kind to your psychology, be kind to your subconscious, be kind to all these emotional aspects of your life, my beautiful Scorpio. This is a time where life really wants to bring a lot of healing at a deep, deep, deep level. But um, but it's also a time where there could be some karmic repercussions. So if there's been in the past some karma, this could be the time where it gets paid. If you've been holding onto a subconscious pattern that has been very detrimental to you, then this could be a time where these things get very karmic. If there's also been holding on to a wound or identifying yourself too much with your traumas and pains and wounds, then this is also kind of trying to overcome this attachment to these things and to heal them and to allow them, because then Saturn will give you some really good um, results if you do it in a more vulnerable way. If you allow for the vulnerability to come in, and you do the work of working in your with your inner child, with your subconscious, and with your psychology. And of course, that's going to be different for everybody, however you like to do it. Some people go to therapy, some people have a reading with me, some people um, find a guru. Like, it's going to be different. But nonetheless, this is a time where life really wants to heal you at the core of who you are. And if there is something at the core of who you are that maybe you adopted in your childhood, that you learned from childhood, that it's been, you know, it's been damaged since childhood, then this is a time where Saturn really wants to get to the bottom of this and just uproot it and let you be established in something where you can really grow, and your growth is not stunted by the psychological issues or by the subconscious patterns that we're having. So this is a deep work, deep, deep, deep work. I'm not going to be sugarcoating it. It might be quite uncomfortable for you, Saturn, especially because literally all the planets are now aspecting you, Saturn. I mean, Scorpio. We have Jupiter aspecting you. We have Saturn aspecting you. There's a there's a lot of planets that are aspecting you, and so when this happens, you are getting a lot of astro energy for massive transformations, and you can handle it because you are the phoenix rising from the ashes. You are this, but I'm not going to lie to you that it's not going to feel like you're burning or that your old self is dying. And that's okay. This is a good thing. I want to normalize it. It's not something bad. This is a good thing. And at the end, is going to give you the ability to take your power back. Now, I'm going to give you um, some help here, because another thing that is going to be your main focus is going to be your career. So as you uproot, as you're rooting yourself, it's like you're also really working hard on establishing your purpose in life, on establishing your career and what it is that you came here to do, and to be serious about your purpose in life, and to, that's why you're building a foundation so that you can grow to this status. So there's going to be a lot of focus on reaching those goals. Now, your saving grace for this upcoming time, because it might be heavy and you might be feeling a lot of intense energies, and I'm not going to say that it's not going to be super comfortable. So if you're feeling uncomfortable, if you're feeling a wobble, if you're feeling too much intensity, these are your saving graces. Your saving graces, first and foremost, is going to be journaling, writing, speaking about it, talking about it, and mindset work, affirmations. Mindset work, affirmations, talking to yourself better, changing the way that you speak about yourself, changing the way that you perceive things, changing the way that, like, working on your mindset could really, really, really help you. And one of the first ways to start this is with just journaling. Journaling can really, really help you. If some of you guys are working on a startup, this is a good time to do that. If you guys are learning something new, this is a great time to do that too. If you're learning how to play an instrument, if you're learning how to cook or do some new skill that you want to develop, focus on this skill. The skill is going to make you very happy, is going to uplift you during this time. Another saving grace for yourself during this time is going to be working on yourself, focus on yourself, focus on developing yourself, focus on the growth of your reputation and who you are, and also your body image, how you connect with your body image. Do not neglect your body at this time. It's a great time to work out and move your body, and you can feel very, very happy. And making sure that you have a healthy body image association with yourself. And the other saving grace, aside from taking care of yourself and, getting pretty, getting nice, working out, like just taking care of self care and your image, that's going to be a saving grace for you. And also children, playfulness, and having fun, and getting creative and doing sports and maybe following your passions is also something that is going to uplift you so much. And so if the home thing is getting too heavy, if the family matters are getting too heavy, if the childhood wounds are getting too exposed, go and play, go and play, go and play. Have fun, enjoy, and get romantic, be playful, get spontaneous, laugh it out, go party, go dance, go sing, just have some fun. Others of you who may have children, then this is also your saving grace, is your children. Getting connected to your children is also going to help you so much during this time. So those are your saving graces for this upcoming period of Saturn retrograde. And now let's go a little bit deeper into these things for my beautiful Scorpios. What are some other messages for Scorpio during the Saturn retrograde for Scorpio? And we have surrender the fear of change. This is kind of where life is really pushing you towards. It's pushing you towards this transformation, which is a change. And it could be quite uncomfortable. And that's what I was saying, that you may be mooring your old self. But nonetheless, if you surrender to this change, you're really going to start blossoming and growing towards that purpose in life, growing to what it is that you really want to create for yourself. Surrender to the wisdom of your body. As I was mentioning, your body is going to be your saving grace. Your body's going to tell you, yes, I feel good. No, I don't feel good. Listen to it. After I ate this, do I feel good or not? After I hung out with this person, do I feel good or not? After I worked out, do I feel good or not? After whatever it is, it's like that is what's going to give you the guidance. Tap into your body, feel into yourself. That is going to give you lots of guidance. There might be, oh my God, I just got, for some of you guys, there might be some somatic issues in your body from repressed emotions of childhood that they could be showing up in your body as well. So that could be a clue to that as well. And last but not least, the last message for my beautiful Scorpios during the Saturn retrograde is going to be surrender to setting limits. This is going to be good for you. Learning to say no, learning to say, this is my limit, don't cross it. But you also have to be vocal and express what is that limit and set that boundary, and do not break your own boundaries, because then nobody's going to respect your boundaries if you don't even respect your boundaries. And what I mean by that is, like, for example, let's say you're like, okay, from now on, I'm not going, like, you got sick from eating, I don't know, something, and then you're like, from now on, I'm never going to have that again. And you give yourself that boundary, but then you don't, then you do it again, then this is diminishing your confidence in yourself and also the confidence of others on you. So make sure that you are setting limits and that you are being respected for these limits and that you're respecting others for those limits. Alrighty, my beautiful Scorpios, those were your messages for this upcoming Saturn retrograde. I hope that they help. Love you guys so much. Remember, if you would like to have a personal reading by me, you can either book one here where we do a 90-minute reading very in depth, or if you would like to have a monthly recording of your forecast, your personal horoscope, then definitely check out my members only here in YouTube to check that out. Now we are going to be doing our beautiful Sagittariuses. Welcome, Saggy. This is going to be your horoscope for Saturn retrograde of 2024. and Saturn is retrograding in your third house of communication, travel, courage, of entrepreneurship, skills, and your mind. So when Saturn goes here, this is a really sobering time for you, my beautiful Sagittarius. This is a time to really clean out your mindset. If there's been a lot of limiting beliefs, limiting mindsets, cynical mindsets, negative mindsets, pessimistic mindsets, self sabotaging mindsets, then this is the time where Saturn is really going to ask for you to organize this, heal this, and fix it. If you're somebody who likes to get intoxicated, this could be a time where life is telling you enough with the intoxication. You need to be sober for this, and you need to be present for how we're reconstructing your mind. This is also a time where Saturn is saying, be very cautious of how you speak about yourself, about others, how you express yourself, and how you communicate and utilize your ability to communicate into the world. Saturn also here is making you get serious about a skill, making you get serious about some startup that you want to begin, or making you get serious about something that requires for you to take a lot of courage to start it. Saturn here wants you to get serious about that. And also, last but not least, Saturn wants you to get serious about your siblings. So if you have any siblings, this is a time where if you take care of your siblings, are there for them, you could really see some amazing benefits coming to you. Okay, now when it goes retrograde, this is a time where things get a little bit different. This is a time where you need to be careful with the promises that your siblings do, and that you don't have too much expectations on your siblings. Also, don't have too many expectations. I hear marketing. Some of you guys, if you're using marketing, or if you're using some sort of marketing, internet marketing, or things like this for a startup, like, don't have too many expectations on those things. Take it with a grain of salt. Go one by one, piece by piece. Also, don't have so many expectations on some sort of contract that you are signing or something like this. Like, it's gonna come at its perfect time. Okay, just lower the expectations, do the skills, and practice the things you want to practice because you love it. And after November 15th, you can definitely put a bunch of expectations again into your writing or your endeavors or your efforts or your brothers or sisters, your siblings, and your communication and your mindset. So this is a time to transform these things. Now, other things that might be a little karmic for you during this transit is going to be your friends and associations and communities, as well as your marriage and relationships, your commitments. So these are the things that may be a little bit karmic at this time. If you've been avoiding being committed, this could be a karmic lesson that could be happening for you. If you have not honored your commitments, this could be a karmic lesson as well, both for business relationships and as well as love relationships. And also when it comes to friends and groups and communities, if there's been there could be some karmic energies here as well. So if there's a lot of promises coming from your partner, don't have too many expectations on your partner. You might get a little bit disillusioned at this time, and the same thing with your friends and associations and communities. So just don't have so many high expectations. And if you go about it like this, you might just get a better result and a better reward. And the main focus that you're going to be at when we have the Saturn return is going to literally be your ninth house of travel, beliefs, and relationship with God and Guru. So this is the house of Dharma. This is the house of what your Dharma is in this world and how you come to expand yourself and expand your spirit. And here, that's going to be your main focus. Like, your main focus is going to be like, what is my relationship with God? Do I even have a relationship with God? Do I even have faith? How do I harness faith in my life? What do I believe in? If I don't believe in Allah or Jesus or this, then what do I really believe in? So this is a time where life wants you to focus more on your belief systems, on connecting to your religion, connecting to your spiritual rituals, connecting to your guru, connecting to a teacher. Maybe some of you guys are looking for a spiritual teacher, wanting a spiritual teacher that can really elevate you and bring you these things. Or others of you maybe are wanting to go back to school, or are focusing on university, focusing on college, focusing on school. You guys are really focusing on this, like, how can I expand myself? For some others of you, it could even be publishing that could be happening. as well, if you're doing any social medias or anything like this. So this is a time of a lot of focus on those things. Now I'm going to give you the saving graces if you do find yourself kind of caught up in the wobble or the intensity of this aspect. Your saving grace is actually going to lie in your confidence and in making money and in following your values. So make sure that you are being very, very close to your values, family, and that you are also taking care of your money. Some of you guys may be making some purchases, but be very secure on the purchases that you're doing at this time. They're definitely going to bring you more value. It's going to expand your assets. It's going to expand your net worth. So this is a time for mainly that, and that's going to be a little bit of a saving grace for you if you feel any wobbles around here. Another saving grace for you is going to be isolation and time out and forgiving, compassion, and letting go. Also, maybe distant land travels could be fantastic, and going into temples and sacred spaces and sacred lands could be fantastic for you. So, working on your subconscious, also taking rest when you need to. Make sure that you are taking rest. Make sure that if you're feeling burned out by any of the things that I have mentioned, go and take a walk in nature. Go and isolate yourself and or go and take a nap and just relax. Go take a bath and then take a nap. This could be fantastic for you. And also do the practice of Honopono. Do the practice of forgiveness and compassion for yourself. This could also help you a lot in finding a lot of refuge during these times when there might be turbulence around these things. And last but not least, the other place of refuge will be your home, your family, your mother, believe it or not, may give you a lot of reassurance and help at this time. So get close to your family members, be at home. I see home is going to be very nice for you, especially your bedroom. It's going to be very beneficial in bringing a lot of healing for you and a refuge from these intense things that Saturn is bringing into your life. Now let's pull some cards here for you for the last oracle messages for Saturn retrograde for Sagittarius. And we have marriage. Yeah, that is kind of one of the big things that is coming up here for you is marriage and your association. Some of you guys are really finding commitment. Some of you guys are really thinking about this, or this is coming to the scope and it's something important for you to commit yourself to. So there's going to be a lot of this. I would not suggest for you to get married during Saturn retrograde, and I will not suggest for you to make any promises around marriage during Saturn retrograde. You can talk about it, but it's just not the most auspicious time. So now let's see what's Sagittarius for the Saturn retrograde. We also have a dietary change, changing your diet, changing the way that you eat, your routine. A detox will be fantastic for you. And I hear technology detox more than anything. If you can have a little bit of a technology detox or Wi-Fi detox, this will be really good for you. And last but not least, Sagittarius for daughter. So my Sagittarius women are really going through a transformation in healing any shame or guilt that they may feel from their youth. If you have a daughter at this time, or a little girl sibling, or a little girl who's your sister, your cousin, your niece, or anything like this, they're going to bring you a lot of joy and a lot of happiness, and they're actually going to bring you a lot of understanding at this time. You are ready to kind of heal this feminine aspect of your family and to really step into a softer girl era for my women, and for my men to really step into the energy of wanting to protect this this delicate woman. It's really going to soften your heart. Okay. Alrighty, my beautiful Sagittarius. Last but not least, I do want to give you the card of what is it that you need to surrender, Sagittarius, during the Saturn retrograde, and is surrender to creativity. Yes, think of creative ways. Like, this is skills. You are developing some skills. You are being very resourceful. You are being very pragmatic. Like, it's good. Like, make sure that you are getting creative. Get creative. Explore your creativity. Explore your skills. Because as you do this, it's going to give you more solutions. Okay. Alrighty, Sagittarius, those were your signs. That was your message for this upcoming Saturn Retrograde. I hope that they help. Love you guys so much. Remember, if you would like to have a personal reading, check out in the description here below. Book one with me, and I also have another service here in YouTube in the Members Association where I can send you a recording on a monthly basis of your horoscope and what is going to be panning out for you personally during the month. So check that out in my members only. Now let's see, what do we have for my beautiful Capricorns? Welcome, Capricorn, to your horoscope for Saturn retrograde on 2024. And for you, Capricorn, this Saturn retrograde, it will be happening in your second house of money. And I mean, this has been here for some time, Capricorn. And what happens here, Capricorn, because this is the house of money, the house of integrity, the house of confidence, the house of security, the house of abundance. This is a very important house that we all love. But one of the things that people don't understand, they just see the material aspect of this house, which is the money, the abundance. But the house also shows you how it is that you can get to this abundance. And the way to get to this abundance is through confidence, through integrity, and through being impeccable with your word, because all of these things are also in the second house. So if you want to better your finances, if you want to better your money situations, this is the time for you to get serious about it. Not the time for you to spend frivolously, especially around Saturn retrograde. Not the time for you to impulsively be shopping in these things. The time has come for you to think long term. If you're going to invest in something that's long term. If you're going to build security for your life, learn about money. Also learn about values. Connect to your values. Be close to your values and be impeccable with your word and your integrity. This is also poking at your insecurities, Capricorn. I'm going to be super honest with you. This Saturn right here is just poking at that insecurity, poking at it, and you may have a partner. For some of you guys who may have a partner, that they're just the pokers. It's not their fault. It's like that's their duty to help you grow, to help you become more self-confident and self-assured, and to really build some boundaries for yourself. The time has come for you to really, really step into that massive confidence that is just going to bring you all the money that you want. Very interesting. So when it goes retrograde, these things get a little bit more karmic. Do not buy or do not be frivolous with your money during this time. Do not be reckless with your money during this time. You're going to get it. And also, if you've been letting people walk all over you, if you have not been working on your self-esteem, if you are letting psychic vampires take advantage of you, if you are giving yourself completely while the other person is giving half of themselves, if you are the one that's begging for love, begging to feel worth it, begging to feel that, oh, love me, please, then the Saturn is really going to do a massive work on you during the Saturn retrograde. This needs to stop. That's not a human being with integrity. The time has come for you to act as a human being that honors yourself and that gives yourself that worth and that self-esteem and that self-respect and that self-compassion and that self-forgiveness, because you know you innately are worth it no matter what. This is what Saturn really wants to teach you. And it may show up in your money, it may show up in your relationships, it may show up in different ways. And when it goes retrograde, you're going to really see how it's going to show up. If you've been working very diligently for your money, then you're going to see the karmic results of that. If you've been neglecting your money, then you're going to see the karmic results of that. If you've been working on your self-esteem, you're going to see the results of that. And if you haven't, then you're going to also see the karmic results of that during the Saturn retrograde. Another things that are going to be a little wobbly and a little intense for you is also going to be the energies of the daily work, daily life, lifestyle, chores, things that you need to get done, and your career, purpose, and job. So these things are also going to bring pressure onto you. Is your daily life working in the right ways? Are you being healthy? Are you having a good routine? Are you diligently working on this on a daily basis? Are you having a healthy, holistic lifestyle? How is your daily life? How's your daily work? How are you carrying yourself on a daily basis? And then also your career may be giving you pressures and tensions. This is a time for you to not play around. This is a time for you to really show up with a lot of professionalism. And if there's any promises around jobs or promises around, daily life, daily jobs, or money, just take it with a grain of salt. Don't have so many expectations. And that doesn't mean, oh, don't even try. Yes, go try, but don't try from a place of like, I'm trying to get this. That's exploitation. Just try because it's your duty, is what you have to do right now. It's what you have to do. We have to take care of the money. We have to take care of the health, the daily chores, the daily life, and your career. These are things that need your attention. So if you go about it like this, it's going to be good. Don't have so many high expectations about it. After November 15th, you can have all the expectations you want about it. Now, I'm going to give you what you're also going to be super focused on for this next upcoming Saturn retrograde is going to be your 8th house. So you're going to be super focused on learning about money, stock market, trading for some of you guys. Also, you could be learning about investments, where to invest your money. And others of you are going to go deep into your healing of your psychology. Why is it that I don't have the confidence? Why is it that I don't have the integrity? Is it some thing in my childhood, in my psychology, some trauma, some somatic thing that is stuck in my body, whatever it is? This is a time where you're really going to focus on digging deep inside yourself and getting all of this. You're ready for it. The more vulnerable you get, the more deep work you're going to get. So it is going to be a little uncomfortable, but it's going to be worth it, because after this, you can finally really have a good money mindset and a good mindset around your life, yourself, your worth, your self-esteem, and so much more. So that's going to be your main focus. Focus on therapy, focus on going deep, focus on just shadow work. Okay, again, without so many expectations. Take it with a grain of salt. Now, the saving graces, if you are feeling any tension from these parts of your life, from work, health, psychology, your shadow self, then these are going to be your saving graces. And your saving graces is going to be, first and foremost, you got to focus on you, Capricorn. The first house, you got to focus on you. Focus on yourself, focus on your image. If you have a brand, focus on your brand. That's going to uplift you. It's also like reinvent yourself. Focus on reinventing yourself. Focus on yourself, on you. You need you right now, Capricorn. You need you. You're always there for helping everybody, but you need you right now. So that's going to be a saving grace for you, and also fixing any body images that you may have with yourself, self-image, how you talk to yourself, how you perceive yourself, how you perceive your life to be, your life story. This is the time to transform all these things for you to really gain a lot of strength and power to help you through this. That's going to be something really good. Another saving grace for you during this time will be your friends and associations. So if things are getting too heavy at work and stuff, go out with some friends. Go out with some friends, go out in communities, go and hang out with some peeps, get out of your head, and that's going to make you feel really good. Go to networking events, go to places where you don't know people, just gatherings, social events, and this is going to really help you at this time, because you're going to see how people perceive you, and you're going to see this reflection. It's going to be very good for you. That will be a saving grace for you. And the other saving grace is going to be the third house. So the saving grace is going to be journaling. Writing. Writing is going to be very good for you, very healthy for you. Writing, learning new skills. If you do music, if you play music, if you do anything with your hands, painting, art, writing, this is a great time to utilize this. You're going to find a lot of comfort in these things. And you're also going to find a lot of comfort in being courageous. You're going to find a lot of comfort in affirmations and mindset work as well. So use those as your saving grace. And now let's go a little bit deeper into understanding what are some money messages for you. Healing money messages for my beautiful Capricorn during the Saturn retrograde, especially for you because you are ruled by Capricorn. Conscious consumer, you see, you got to be very conscious of what you're buying, okay? Watch out for TikTok shop. Be conscious of what you're buying, Capricorn. There might be a lot of impulsive shopping. And also, like, look deeper. It's like, who are you buying from? Are you buying from the companies that are killing us? Are you buying from the companies that are killing the world? Like, become very conscious about where you're putting your money, how you're spending your money, how you're investing your money. We need to really, really become conscious with that. Okay. The next one, another message for my beautiful Capricorns during the Saturn retrograde, and it's going to be, I'm going to give you these two. Savings. Save your money. Save your money. Start a savings account. Save your money. Put 10% of your paycheck. Save it. Save it. Saturn does not like impulsive shopping in the second house. You can lose a lot of money. So don't just save your money. Saturn likes that. Be frugal, okay? Be Meisner at this time. Be very money conscious. That's a good thing. And save your money. And we also have block out the distractions. Things are distracting you from yourself, from your endeavors, from your self-esteem, from your work, from your making money, whatever it is. It's like, you know what your distractions are. Time to let go of those distractions. Your priorities are calling to you. They need you, okay? And last but not least, the last message for my beautiful Capricorns is surrender resentments. This is actually could be the thing that is poisoning your self-esteem and your self-worth. You're resentful that that didn't work out, or this didn't pan out how you wanted it, or that didn't get you anywhere, or that didn't happen, or this person did that, or that person did this. It's like we need to let go of these resentments. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and forgive yourself. That's like the number one, because I'm a Capricorn moon, so I'm right there with you guys. Self-forgiveness is literally the key to healing everything about a Capricorn, but it's literally the hardest. So I say that you have been criticizing and judging yourself so much that you have become resentful against yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. If in the next upcoming months of this Saturn retrograde, you do a massive forgiveness, meditation, that is going to be so good for you, my beautiful Capricorn. It's going to be so good for you, and you need it. You're carrying like all this resentment, guilt, shame, and that's why you're not feeling worthy, and that's why you're not making the money. That's why you're not becoming rich how you want it, you know? So let's go, Cappy. This is the time. We're not going to have Saturn coming here for another 30 years. This is the last retrograde. Make it count. Make it count, baby. Alrighty, my beautiful Capricorn. Love you guys so much. Truly, truly, it's a pleasure to be here. If you would like to have a more personal reading with me, definitely book one in the description here below. Or if you would like to have a monthly recording of your monthly horoscope, personalized monthly horoscope, then go check out my members only here in YouTube. Now, let's see what do we have for my beautiful Aquariuses. Welcome, Aquarius. This is going to be your reading, your horoscope for this upcoming Saturn retrograde. And for you, Saturn is going to be happening in your sign. Saturn has been sitting in your sign for the past year and a half. And this is literally the last retrograde. And then it's not going to come back into your sign for another 30 years. And I want to mention this number one. Why? Because I want to help you understand the gravity of this. The gravity of this situation. The gravity of what a crucial time for immense growth in your life, my beautiful Aquarius. Instead of, instead of rebelling against Saturn that wants to help you grow up and mature and let go of the comfort zone and let go of the pettiness and the immaturities and the old ways that you've been doing things that are no longer going to work, if you allow this growth, this maturity to happen, you can really soar. And you have an extra turbo growth that is going to happen during the Saturn retrograde. So take it and live it. Don't just, oh, I just want to check out. I hope this goes away soon. Like, this is your time. Saturn is never, it's not going to come back to your sign into another 30 years. Do you really want to carry your immature self for another 30 years? Do you really want to carry on with that pattern that you know is sabotaging you for another 30 years? No. So, yes, growing up sucks. Yes, growing up hurts. Yes, growing up is like not fun. Totally get it. But Saturn here is going to reward you if you decide to do it right. So I first wanted to start with that because this is the last retrograde. Now, the karmas have been on you, my beautiful Aquarius. The time has come for growth. Your maturing time. You are at the moments of massive maturity. And so the Saturn retrograde is going to be mainly focused on your body and on yourself. If you've been having pains in your body, please take care of it. I will highly suggest a lot of yoga during this time because when we have Saturn transiting in our first house of the body, we get very rigid. You could be feeling like you're less flexible, more tense, more rigid, and this can cause more illnesses or you know accidents that can happen. So my advice is do yoga because as you keep your body flexible, you're also going to keep your mind flexible to help you go through these transformations that are happening for you, this growth spurt, this adult maturing time that is happening for you. So that's going to be something that is going to come up. And please take care of it. Take care of your body, take care of yourself, take care of your image, take care of how you're presenting yourself, take care of all of these things. And the other things that are going to come up is you need to take care of children if you have any children. You also need to take care of your creative pursuits and your passions. Like get a little bit more serious about these things and your romance. If you have not really put your like not really really there's a lot of karmic things around romantic things at this time. Let's say that Aquarius. So take it with a grain of salt during Aquarius during Saturn retrograde. If there's any romantic partners promising you something, or if there's any children, like just don't have so many expectations in here. That doesn't mean that you can't date. Yes, of course, go, but just don't have any expectations. Don't have so much of take it with a grain of salt, the people that you meet. And after November 15th, if these people, these romantic partners are still around, they made it through. Okay? So don't make any life changing decisions around Saturn retrograde. I really don't advise that. So that might be a karmic thing at this time. Don't put so much expectation on that. And also don't put so much expectations on travels. There might be a lot of traveling that is happening for you. So make sure that you're being very responsible during the travels, that you are also using this as a way to expand yourself. There might be a little bit of, some delays or things like this, inconveniences that may happen in travels. So just relax, if you're planning some travels, don't have so many high expectations where you're like, I'm going to meet the love of my life, everything's going to be amazing, and I'm just going to get married immediately. No, calm down. Just go and have fun, go and enjoy, go and explore, go and expand your mind. Then you can have so much more expectations after November 15th. Then you can have all the expectations you want. This is a good time for self development and self expansion. This is a time where you are focusing on you. And the main focus for this next upcoming Saturn retrograde is going to be on commitments. So I do see some of you guys getting more serious about commitments. You're going to be focusing more on, like, okay, I'm becoming this new person. Who is really the best person for me? Who is really the best person that's going to complement this new self that I'm becoming? And that is going to be the most important thing for you, my beautiful Aquarius, that you come from this place, because you are no longer the little boy, the little girl, the little teenager, the little, like, it's done. Wherever it is in your life right now, if you're younger or older, you are in a time of massive adulthood. And if, for example, you are older and you're going through this, you may be going through a little bit of midlife crisis. Where do I go now? What's my life now? You may be going into the retirement part of your life for some people who are a little bit older. So it's going to be different for everybody's. But Saturn here is really preparing you for the next cycle of your life. And that's why this is so important. Now let's go a little bit deeper. I also want to talk about the saving graces, actually. So even though these things are going to be very heavy, there is some saving graces for you, my beautiful Aquarius. And your saving grace is going to be number one, isolation and some sanctuary, nature, or a place of peace, a temple, or somewhere where you can find a lot of silence and peace and you can meditate. This is going to be very beneficial for you, finding these places of relaxation and coming within an inner peace, finding these places of peace, going to these places of peace, meditating, working on your subconscious, letting go what you need to let go, letting go of what no longer works for you, forgiving and forgetting. All these things are going to be your saving grace during this time. The other saving grace that you're going to have is actually your career. If you focus on your career and your purpose in life, this is going to really uplift you and get you to transform even quicker into this new persona. And the third saving grace is going to actually be your money and abundance, and working on your integrity and working on being impeccable with your word. That's actually going to benefit you a lot in relationships as well, because that's something that we always looking for, is trustworthy people is what really makes a relationship blossom. So focus on your trustworthiness, focus on being a person of your word, focus on being impeccable with your word, focus on money and career. And these are going to be the things that are going to really uplift you and help you to really get to the next level. Also, values. What do you really value? And those top 5 values will be the things that really help you transform into this new and better version of yourself. So now let's see what are some other messages for my beautiful Aquariuses with this Saturn retrograde. Easy does it. Come down. It's okay. Yes, there's going to be a lot of tension, wanting to control things, wanting to get things your way, wanting to maybe find the easy route of things. Or maybe if you're in the retirement part, it's like, oh my God, my life is falling apart. Whatever. It's like, you're okay. You're okay. It's just that it's a time where you have to let go of control. You cannot win against Saturn when it comes to control. He will always win. So just submit, surrender. Okay, you want me to work very hard? Okay, I'm going to work very hard. You'll see. It's not forever, but you'll see that it's going to transform things for you. So if you are also feeling a little too intense, heavy, and too much pressure, take baths, be in water. Water is going to really help you to go with the flow. Another message here for Aquarius when it comes to Saturn retrograde, we have a new home. Yeah, some of you guys are ready to maybe move, get a new place, get a new home. Maybe the place where you're living, or some of you guys have been feeling like you want to move, then this is in the right direction. Do it. If you don't, if you love your home, then renovate, make it new, renovate, change the energy around, renovate the energies with the family, transform the energies with the family. There's going to be some renewal energy here for you around your home matters. And that's going to be very, very nice. And last but not least, for my beautiful Aquariuses, Saturn retrograde message is affirmations. So affirmations are really going to help you through this, to help you transform into this new and better version of yourself. All right. Alrighty. Oh, and then last but not least, but those Aquarius need to surrender during this Saturn retrograde. And you need to surrender your beliefs around scarcity. So if there's any lack mentality, any lack in your persona, if maybe in the past you didn't see like there was too much, or you're whatever it is, if there's like some lack mentality, here life is saying the time has come for you to remove those blocks that are not allowing you to really step into your full abundance of yourself. Okay, that is your messages, my beautiful Aquarius. I hope that they help. Love you guys so much. Make sure to check your ascendant and your moon sign. And remember, if you would like to have a more detailed reading, definitely book a reading with me in the description here below. Or if you would like to have a monthly prediction forecast, a personal prediction forecast from me to you, then definitely check out my YouTube members only, and you can definitely get that there. Alrighty, now we're going to be doing our beautiful Pisces. Welcome, Pisces. Welcome. This is going to be your horoscope for the Saturn return 2024. And for you, my beautiful Pisces, we are having Saturn retrograding in your 12th house. And I'm going to be super honest with you, Pisces. The 12th house Saturn transit is never easy. Even if it's forward, even if it's backwards, it's tough. I'm going to be super honest with you. Why? Because this is the end of the wheel. Okay, this is where you start, and then it goes all the way around, and this is the 12th house. So this 12th house marks a period of a closure of a massive 30-year cycle for you. It doesn't matter how old you are, it's closing this cycle. And when Saturn goes into this 12th house of closure, of endings, things get very serious. You will be stripped away from what no longer serves you. You will be stripped away from whatever it doesn't belong in your future. And this could be very hard, especially if we have worked very hard towards something, if we've had a job for 20 something years or plus, and maybe it's coming to a retirement time. Just here, you're going to really make the transition so much more smooth if you just submit yourself. And also, if you decide to take more isolation, if you decide to maybe go into a temple for a long time and just stay in this introspection, stay in sadhana, this could really, really help you a lot. But if you can't leave for a year of, of checking out from life, then you need to make these spaces for yourself. And you need to see that if something is slipping through your fingers and it's like ending, and you're like, I don't understand why this is not like, it is just falling apart. It's because it's meant to fall apart. It's because it's not going to last. So the best strategy here is surrender yourself completely, Pisces, and trust that whatever is being taken out of your life is for your benefit. Is for you to gain a new life. Now, at this point right now, you are just in the subtracting phase. You're in the subtracting phase of subtracting what you've been accumulating for all these years, what you've been holding on for all these years, and the time has come for releasing and letting go. So that's one aspect of it. But at the same time, it could be very, very difficult, especially if we are very attached. So make it easier on yourself by trusting the process, trusting that if life is taking this person, this job, this thing, this situation, this thing you were counting on or whatever away, is because it's for your benefit. Really seclude yourself in spirituality, and this could really help you at this time. So when it goes retrograde, this is when it's going to get heavier. This is when it's going to get really like the time has come for you to let that go. The time has come for you to forgive that situation. The time has come for you to finally cut the cord. And it's going to be different for everybody. You got to have a personal reading with me to really get into the details of things. These are general readings. So be ready to feel this in the next upcoming months. Okay? This can be something that is definitely going to show up for you. Other parts that are going to be a little karmic is going to be your psychology as well as your home life and your family life. So there might be some karmic energies around home life, family life, your mother. There might be asking more from you, asking more from, they need more from you. So you need to be more responsible with them at this time. And there could be some mishaps here too. Don't have so many expectations on your mother. Don't have so many expectations on your family matters and family dynamics. Lower the expectations. And also, if you do have a therapist, if you are going through some sort of therapy or help or anything like this, then also be patient with your growth, with yourself, patient with your therapist, patient with the person that is there with you, because you may be putting too many expectations on them healing you. And this could be also karmic. Also be cautious with stock market investments as well during this time, because it's also aspecting this part of your chart. Now, if things are getting too heavy and these parts are getting too intense, because all of this is being triggered to help you let go, to help you release, then I will say that you have some refuge here. And your refuge will be in 3 different places. Number 1, in your friends and associations and communities. So if you do have some friends, if you do have some communities around, like, these things could be very helpful. And also finding out your dreams and aspirations. As you are releasing so many things, it would be good for you to really hold on to what really matters to you when it comes to your dreams and aspirations for real. and that could really help you at this time. The other saving grace that you are going to be feeling is going to be with your with traveling. So if you decide to travel, and also if you come back into a faith, if you decide to practice your faith very diligently, if it's worshiping a god, a goddess, or Jesus Christ, or whatever it is, this is a time where life, if you connect to something higher than yourself, a divine connection with our creator, then you are also going to feel very uplifted, and this will be a refuge for you. Spiritual rituals, going back to school, a teacher, a coach, or a traveling as well can be very, very good for a refuge. And last but not least, the other thing that is going to definitely help you is that you focus more on yourself. This is a time of so much endings, and kind of you're going through so much of an ending of a cycle and going into a whole new life, that it requires for you to focus more on you, your body, yourself, and your image, your reputation, your brand, how you're presenting yourself into the world. If you have any complexes with your body, or complexes with yourself, this is the time to really focus on you and your own personal identity and healing. And these are going to be your saving graces during this time. Focus on these things to be uplifted from any detriments that you may feel around letting things go, endings, or your psychology, your traumas, your home life, or even also your health. For some of you guys, maybe going through a little bit of a tough time around health and daily routine. So if these things are showing up for you, then make sure to use these saving graces. They can really help you. Now let's go a little bit deeper for my beautiful Pisces during this Scorpio, during this Saturn retrograde for my beautiful Pisces. And we have surrender, setting limits. Yes, you need to set some limits at this time. This could really help you to protect yourself, especially because we're working with your identity and yourself. The other message is surrender or worry, my beautiful Pisces. Yes, I told you this is not an easy aspect. It's not an easy aspect. You can make it so much more easier for you if you actually go to a temple and you stay there and you are in isolation, or you go to the country and you stay in a very rural place in isolation. Like, if you do this, it will be so much easier, but not everybody can do this. And so this could really bring a lot of worrying energy. It's okay. You need to really search for this peace, because that's the test, and the faith, and trusting that if it's ending, it's because it's the right thing. Okay. Now, last but not least, surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Yes, you're letting go of the old, baby. You're letting go of the old you, the old life, the old you, the old story, the past. And so outdated beliefs about yourself, they're ready to be released and let go. And that's why also that is going to be also your saving grace, focusing on developing better beliefs systems around your life and yourself. Alrighty, my beautiful Pisces, those were your messages for this upcoming Saturn return. I hope that helped. Thank you so much to all of you. And of course, thank you so much to all my brothers and sisters for being here. Truly, truly appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the support that you guys give me here. Thank you for those of you who are my members. I truly, truly appreciate you guys for all the support you give here in Astral Motivation. Thank you so much for your subscribes, for the comments. I read all of them, and I love to interact with you guys. I would love to hear how the Saturn return has been for you guys. And I also love to start creating this community together. Thank you so much for letting me be of service to you. I'm sending you so much love and light, and I hope that this Saturn return is full of blessings for you.